If you could speak to the architects of tomorrow, being the future leaders of design, what would you tell them?
Oof. First thing I would say is allow room for the growth of the profession. What I really mean by that is when I started in the profession 20 plus years ago, and even up until recently, everything in the profession, at least in my estimation, seemed to revolve around design. Yeah. And especially as even career advancement, like there was this kind of implicit assumption that if you were a great designer, you were probably great at everything else. And that could not be farther from the truth. There are people who are great designers and horrible detailers.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't go hand in hand. And I think that mentality really has started to shift in my lifetime, where people who are architects, but happen to be good in something outside of just design, are starting to become valued. And I don't think that was always the case, at least not publicly, right? Okay. When we celebrate architecture, we're not celebrating the great project manager, right? Yeah. We're celebrating the building. We're celebrating, the design's impact on society or a community or whatever. Yeah. And that's good. That's always should happen. But it shouldn't happen at the detriment of all the components and people and pieces that go to make that final outcome, right? Yeah. There are a lot of architects who are not maybe the best designers in their firm, but they're the reason you celebrate the best designers in those firms, right? For every hero architect you have, they didn't draw every single detail. And in some cases, they didn't draw the line on any of those documents. They drew the initial sketch and met with their counterpart for the company that they're working for. And then they didn't touch the project for the next year and a half. Yeah. Yeah, that sketch they made on the Bumwad 14 months ago, that's great. But all the people who made that building happen, there's a lot of people. And I think now the profession is recognizing those people in a way that I can honestly say didn't happen early in my career. It was very much like, oh, so-and-so's a great designer, promote them. Or so-and-so is too expensive to be doing that, so make them do this. That's, to me, happening less and less in the profession. And I think it's because there's an acknowledgement that you got to make room. Like we can all bask in the glory, and we all have our ways and abilities to get there and help the project be successful by whatever metrics you make it. And so that change that I'm seeing now, I'm hoping it continues, because there's plenty of room in our profession for other types of thought, other ways of looking at things. And you don't want to get kind of so set in your ways or closed-minded that you end up, cutting off your nose to spite your face.